A lot of people who find their way to this kind of content are already very insightful. You've reflected, you've learned the language, you understand your patterns, your attachment style, maybe even your nervous system responses. And yet, there's often this quiet frustration underneath it all. You might think, I get it, so why does nothing actually change? You can see the pattern before it happens. You can name it while it's happening. And sometimes you could even explain it clearly after the fact. But in the moment, in real relationships, real conversations, real emotional situations, you still find yourself reacting in the same ways. That doesn't mean insight is useless. Insight matters. It's important. But insight alone rarely creates change. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. What usually happens is this. You take in more information. You watch another video. You read another article. You gain another layer of understanding. But all of that happens in isolation. Your nervous system doesn't change just because you understand it. Your relational patterns don't soften just because you can name them. And emotional habits don't rewire themselves through thinking alone. Real change almost always happens in relationship. In moments where you're slowed down, where someone else is present with you, where your experience is reflected back accurately and without judgment. Not fixed, not analyzed to death, just met. Many people try to do relational healing by themselves, in their own heads, and then they assume something is wrong with them when it doesn't work. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not failing. You're not resistant. You're not doing it wrong. You're just trying to do work that is relational in nature alone. And that's incredibly hard. Change tends to happen when there's enough safety to notice what's happening as it's happening. When patterns can be gently slowed down instead of reacted to. When there's space to explore what's coming up without rushing to solve it. That kind of space is difficult to create on your own. If you're someone who feels like you already understand yourself pretty well, but you're still feeling stuck, it may not be that you need more insight. It may be that you need support applying what you already know. One of the hardest things for insight-oriented people to accept is that growth isn't always about figuring something out. Sometimes it's about being slowed down enough to notice what's happening inside you before the pattern takes over. That kind of slowing usually doesn't happen through thinking. It happens through being with someone who can stay present while you notice what's coming up, without rushing you, correcting you, or telling you what it means. That's often the moment where things begin to shift, quietly and naturally. If that resonates, I offer short 15-minute calls as a low-pressure way to explore what support might look like for you. It's not a commitment, and it's not about fixing anything. It's simply a chance to talk through what you're noticing and see whether having support would be helpful. You can book one of these calls using the link below this video. And whether you choose to do that or not, I want to leave you with this. Understanding yourself is meaningful, but you don't have to do the work of change alone. Sometimes the next step isn't more insight. It's being met right where you are.